Go back to James chapter 2, verse 19. Read that again.
Thou believest that there is one God.
Okay, thou believest that there is one God. So this information was out there, then it was lost. The Lord came back, gave the information, put the information back on the earth through our father Abraham, who was living in a land that was heavily given to idolatries. And explained to him and gave him the understanding of the one true God. And as we continue to go through this, we're gonna be able to see that. Read it again.
Thou believest that there is one God.
Read on.
Thou doest well.
Read on.
The devils also believe.
The devils also know that there is one God. Okay, we got scriptures that we can go to in the book of Job that let you know that there was a time that the demons was part of the council, or at least Satan, we know, was led into the council of the Almighty that was in heaven. And he's the prince of devils, Satan. And he had to come before the one true God. Okay, so they believe also and tremble. Okay, so what this is basically going into is that the belief is out there of one God, but that belief of one God is being questioned. That's why we got to go to the book of Ephesians chapter 4. The book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3, read.
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit.
Okay, that's, again, endeavoring, that's a determination. Trying hard to keep the unity of the Spirit. Okay, again, what is it talking about? To keep the information out there about the one God. And off of these idols and the questioning of the one God. Okay, that God is one. So that's the unity of the Spirit. Read on.
In the bond of peace.
Read on.
There is one body.
So that's why they came. Okay, there is one body. They got to endeavor to keep this together, this knowledge, this understanding, this unity. There's one body. Go ahead.
And one Spirit.
And one Spirit. Everybody understand that? Okay, so the one God is a understanding that is as we are. It's like a person, has a personality. Has a body. Okay. Has a spirit. Everybody understand that? Very important. Has a body, has a spirit, okay? Body meaning from head to toes. Everybody understand that? God has a head and has a toes. Has toes. Everybody understand that? Everything in between. Okay? All right? Just so nobody gets simple, okay? Because the gods of these nations, they got a lot of things going on, okay? And they idols. That's not, the God, we were created in his image. So the two arms, we can expect him to have two arms. Everybody understand that? 2 hands, we can expect him to have 2 hands. 2 feet, we don't have to expect him to have octopus arms, okay? Everybody understand that? Or 5 heads. Everybody got that, right? Okay, so they endeavored to keep this knowledge out there, okay? One body, one spirit, even as you are called in one hope. Is one personality. The supreme being that's calling you. That's the calling coming from one area. Not from many different idols. Everybody understand that? Read on.
In one hope of your calling.
Read on.
One Lord.
One what?
One Lord.
One Lord. Okay. One hope. One body. One spirit. One Lord. Read on.
One faith.
One belief. What is that belief? We went through it earlier. That there is one God. Right? We just read that, right? Thou believest that there is what? One faith means what? Yeah, the belief in one God. Everybody understand that? Read on.
One baptism.
Yeah, only one way to be cleaned. Only one way to come back. Because there's only one God, that means there's not many different ways. We ain't got to seek many different religions. We ain't got to go find out what's going on in India to find out whether we need to be more spiritual. One faith, one baptism mean we ain't got to go to China to find out what's going on with them, to find out whether we need to seek their way to become more spiritual, to be saved. Do everybody understand that? We don't need to understand what's happening in North Korea and what do they believe in. Do everybody understand that? Yeah, people want to understand what other people believe in, okay? They believe in madness. They believe in idols. Okay, who cares what they believe in? Okay, all their beliefs is going to change because they're going to have to bow their knee to what we believe in, which is our one God. I don't care about your lies. Tell them what verse you in.
Verse 6.
We in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 6. Read.
One God.
One God. Read on.
And Father of all.
And Father of all. Everybody understand that? So ultimately we are speaking of the supreme being. God the Father is one. Everybody understand that? Read on.
Who is above all.
Okay, he's above all. Read on.
And through all.
And through all. Okay, very important. Read on.
And in you all.
And in you all. Now, in you all. Okay, that's talking about the nation of Israel. That's why in certain parts of the Bible, the prophets made sure they specified that the word of God came to Israel only. Why is that important? Because when the Lord makes certain comments like this, we know he's not talking to everybody. If the word of God only came to Israel, we understand that he said in you all because he was only talking to all of Israel. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that, right? Okay. Everybody got that, right? All right, so now, can we fully understand what that is? In you all, one God, through you all. Let's go from there. And let's get some understanding on Christ. Okay. The book of Isaiah chapter 40. When you try to sum up and you try to measure up God in your understanding, people try to act like they're supposed to understand everything there is about God. Even some of you think that you're supposed to get an answer. Like, where did God come from? Like, where did you come from? You don't even know that, but you want to know where he came from. Right? You don't know enough about what you need to know about you, and you asking questions about God, right? Right? When you got your children come to you and they want to know where babies come from, and they say let's say they 5 or 6, you don't even know how to answer that. And if let's just say you think it's appropriate to just basically just lay it on the line and tell them basically how babies come about, right? Let's just say you just feel like that's appropriate. That 5-year-old mind is still not going to be able to comprehend what it is that you're saying to them. They're still not going to be able to understand what you're talking about. Why am I saying this to you? Because again, where does God come from? Your mind is like that 5-year-old's. You will never be able to understand that information. When you got wisdom, you understand that. You got prophets that just walked away and said, such knowledge is too high for me. In other words, they were told certain things. They was up there like this. I'm just a mere man, okay? All I am is a damn, I'm flesh and blood on earth. What do I know? How am I expected to understand? As we're going to go through in the scriptures, you're going to see angels when people ask certain questions because they begin to question God. You questioning God like you're supposed to understand his way. The angel said, well, if you think you can understand these things, give me the weight of a flame, okay? See that? See how that mess you up? How you going to weigh the flame? You're going to just, the flame, wait a. And it said, call back yesterday. These are all things that is capable. But it's only capable by God. When he said call back yesterday, we ain't talking about taking out your smartphone and playing a video. We're talking about watching you in yesterday while you here today. You know why the Lord said something like that? Because that's what he actually do. We're going to get to that. That's what he actually does. He said, you want to understand me? Well, go find yourself yesterday. And then when you're looking at yourself in yesterday and you still here today, then you can start asking me questions about how I'm God. Because guess what? You still in yesterday. Guess what? And you in the future. See, I mean, you would see? Your brain, you're supposed to be like, such knowledge is too high for me. Such knowledge.